All right, here we go for another interesting video from Mr. Cook on how to do Wordokus. Okay, well, not another video do Wordokus. This is our first one, but it's another video. Okay, everybody got that? All right. So I'm not doing another one. I'm just doing this one on how to do, all right, Wordoku skills. All right. Had several people ask about this, so here's a video on it. All right. I hope it helps clear things up. Now, let's go ahead and look at our page. This is our page. All right. You fill it. Here's the instructions right here. Okay. So fill in the squares. So each row, each column, and each section. So you see there's a section. They're all different shapes, okay? But each section has the word Gold Rush in it, or the letters Gold Rush in it some way, okay? So, all right. So let's go ahead and look at it. And also over here, there's a little bit of trivia, tells about it, a little information, okay? So you can kind of read, like this is the Gold Rush. And the gold was found at Sutter's Mill in California in 1849. That's where you hear the term 49ers, because that's when the gold was found. That's where that term comes from. And that's where the football team got their name, for 49ers. It was the biggest gold rush in history. Thousands of people, from 20,000 to 225 went out there looking for gold. So it gives you a little bit of information here. So when we go to look at where do we start, is there any particular place? No. You can start wherever you want. I generally try to look for a place that has fewer blank spaces in it. All right, see, like this one's got 4 over here. This got 3, so they got different amounts of spaces in them. Let's look at this top one. No particular reason other than it just has 3 spaces. Let's see what we can do with it. We know it's got to have all the letters for Gold Rush, okay, whatever the word up here is. All right, so we can see it's missing. It's got a G we're missing, and we got O, we're missing an L, D, R, and a U. All right, so what you start to do is you look and see what letters you can find. All right, there's a G here on this row, or this column, so we don't know. The G's not going to go here, but it could go here or here. So unless you've only got one space for it, you can't put it. So let's go to the L. We have an L here, so we know it's not going to be here. And we have an L here, so we know it's not going to be here. So that means our L goes here. All right. Then we've got the U. We've got a U across the top, so we know it's not going to go there. So the only place left is here. And that means your G goes here. Once again, I'm trying to write with a mouse. I can't do that very well. So please excuse the sloppy penmanship. All right, so you start looking around, see what else you can do. Now we only have 2 spaces left here on this column. So let's look at this column and see what we can do. We got a G, we need an O, there's the L, D, we need an R. Well, there's an O here, so that makes it real easy, and there's an R right there. So that means the O goes here, R goes here. Be sure you look down the rows and the columns, and in each section, make sure that the letters are not there. All right, now we only have 2 letters here. Let's see what we're missing down here. And this shape. It's just, a 2x4 shape. G-O-L-D, R, we need a U and the H. Well, there's a U in this column right here, and there's an H in this column. So that means that U goes here, H goes here. Always check and see. Now we only got 1 here. G-O, so we're missing the L. So let's check and make sure. There's the L. There's no L there, no L there. Okay, so we've got a section down here, a section here. We got a row right here. So we're starting to fill up in a column right here. We're filling up pretty quick. All right, so now we can just choose somewhere else we want to try. Let's see if we can do anything with this column. Okay, we got a G. We need an O. There's L, D. We need an R and an S. All right, so let's check the O. Well, we got 2 spaces. It could go either one of those 2 spaces because there's no O on either one of those. So let's go on to the G-O-L, D, R. There's an R here. We know we can't do it there. And there's no R there, so we can, these two spaces we can't do it. So let's check the G-O-L-D-R-S-H. We got our S. Yeah, there's 3 letters. Got an S there. Okay, so we can't do anything with this column at the moment because we have more than one spot that a letter could go in. And you're going to find that happens occasionally. So all you do is go somewhere else. Look somewhere else. Let's look at the top row right here. There's only 2 letters missing. We need an O, G-O-L-D-R-U, and an S. All right? So we see right here there's an S. So we know the S is going to go here. That means the O goes here. In this section, we need a G and a D. We got a G right here, so the G's got to go over here. And that means the D here. Okay. All right. Let's see where else we go. Let's try this column. It's only got 2 letters missing out of it. We're missing a G and an O. Is that right? G. Let's see this column right here. Yeah. Yeah. G and an O. We got a G right there, so the G is going to go here. O is going to go here. There we go. I was kind of looking at 2 different columns at one time, trying to figure that out. All right, so let's look in this section. Let's try this section right here. We're only missing 2 letters. Okay, we got G-O-L-D-R. We're missing a U and the S. Well, there's an S right there, so we know that's not going to be it. And so the U must go right here. I'm glancing down at my answer key just to make sure I'm putting everything in the right place. All right. Let's try this one. Now, if you look real close, you can kind of tell this may be the one. You remember I told you at least 1 row or 1 column spells out the word in each puzzle. Well, this appears to be the one that spells out Gold Rush right here. So we know this is going to be the D then, and this is going to be the R. Okay, so we got Gold Rush. We're only missing 1 here, G-O-L-D-R-U-S-H. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Let's try this one's only missing 1 letter. G-O, it looks like it's an L, so we put an L there. Only missing 1 now in this column. G-O-L-D-R-U-S, and it looks like we're missing the H. So just try to spell the word out, and that'll help you find out what letter you're missing, especially if you only have 1, letter missing. Let's look right here, see what we got. We don't have a G, so we need a G, O-L, and a D. Well, we got a G right here, so that means the G's got to go here, and that means the D's going here. Okay, we're only missing 1 letter in this column now. G-O-L-D-R-U-S-H. Only missing the H there. Let's try this row right here. G-O-L. We're missing a D and an R. We got a D right here, so it can't be there. So that must mean the R goes here. We're missing 1 letter here. G, it's an O. And we're missing 1 letter here, G-O-L-D-R, and it's the U, and put it in right there. All right, now we can just check real quick. Yeah, all the spaces are filled. So as you're doing a line, just start spelling the word out, G-O-L-D, and see what letters you're missing, okay? If it helps, write them over to the side for that row, or down at the bottom for the column, okay? Whatever works easiest for you, find it. Remember, you can start anywhere and you can skip anywhere you want. You don't have to, there's no particular pattern. Just do whatever works for you. If you've got any questions, email me, rcook@jpsms.org, or catch me next time in class. Write your question down and ask me in class next time. All right? So, y'all go ahead, have a good week, day, month, whatever comes up next, and we'll talk to you next time. Adios.